This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Aaron Mate, and we're staying in Gaza right now, in Gaza City, where we're joined by Raji Sourani, who is an award-winning human rights lawyer, the director of the Palestine Center for Human Rights in Gaza. He's on the board of the International Federation for Human Rights. He received the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Award in 1991, twice named an Amnesty International Prisoner of Conscience. In 2013, won the Right Livelihood Award, which is presented in the Swedish Parliament. Raji, we welcome you to Democracy Now! And ask you to describe the situation at this point and what you feel needs to happen.
It doesn't need really to describe what you see here, what you see in Shijaiya area, where yesterday the Israelis committed a very real serious massacre against civilians. They killed tens of people, 75 has been counted and tens under rebel yet, and almost 430 has been injured, many of them with very serious injuries, and 150,000 fled the area. Now they are doing in Gaza doctrine, Shijaiya doctrine, like a Dahya doctrine in the past. They are raising entire area in Gaza. That's Gaza doctrine. That's what the Israelis are doing in the eye of the storm. Civilian targets, they are doing war crimes, crimes against humanity. This is very outrage. This is unprecedented. This is what's called simply state terrorism.
Raji Sourani, so many have died since the Israeli ground invasion last week, and that was launched after Hamas rejected the ceasefire from Egypt. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu used that as a pretext, saying that Hamas's rejection gave him the legitimacy and the international backing. Hamas, of course, their position is clear. They want to return to the November 2012 ceasefire, which had some provisions about lifting the blockade of Gaza, easing it. Can you talk about why this is so important, the effects of the siege on Gaza?
First, Hamas resistance group. They are part of us, part of our chemistry. Two, we have this Israeli belligerent occupation sitting on our chest for the last 47 years. We have the siege, which is suffocating us socially, economically, and otherwise, turned Gaza with the 2 million people in 300 square kilometers to be like animal farm, suffocated socially, economically, and otherwise. That turned Gaza to be with 65% of unpaid or unemployed, and 90% under poverty line, and 85% dependent count on UNRWA rations and World Food Program. They shifted us to be a nation of beggars. We are not like that. We have one of the highest education percentage in the world and university graduates. We have no illiteracy. We have very skilled working class. We have one of the most wonderful business community, but they made in Gaza the development. That's what Israel did through 8 years of criminal, inhuman, illegal siege. That's at least what the ICRC and all international human rights organizations. In 5 years, we are subjugated to 3 wars. In 2009-8, Pillar of Defense, and in 2012, November, and this war. We are not here in defense of Hamas or the resistance group. They are competent. They can defend themselves. And I think they are doing fantastic with the Israelis in Gaza. But we are in defense of Palestinian civilians who are entitled to protection according to international law, international material law, and the human rights, entitled to protection again, according to Geneva Convention. We are called in law the protected civilians. And what Israel is doing, we are in the eye of the storm. We are the target. We are in the head of the basket of targets Israeli put. Great Israel killed all these children and women. Do you know 86% of those so far has been killed and injured, which we documented as a human rights organization, are civilians. This morning I have been to Khza Abu Jama family. 25 members of family, 3 stories building, leveled. None of them do exist on life. Is that the heroic act? Al-Aqsa hospital, subjugated to bombardment. 15 has been killed in the last hour. Now, Shijaiya doctrine, Gaza doctrine, raising entire area. All these acts are against civilians. This is the 5th strongest army in the world with the high-tech, with the intelligence. They are targeting civilians.